Today I'm going to start teaching you about something called mindfulness. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of that word before. Okay. Well, mindfulness is pretty much just paying attention to what's happening at any given moment. Mindfulness can help us learn to pay close attention to many things. It can also help us calm down when we're angry, sad, or frustrated, or have any difficult emotion. Mindfulness can actually make us feel happy too. It can also help us focus and do well in school, sports, or music. Every Wednesday we'll have mindfulness for just 15 minutes. And each time I'll teach you something new about it. There are a couple very important things that help us be mindful. The first thing that will help us during mindfulness is to keep our bodies very still. Okay, let's try that. Now the second thing just automatically happens when we get still. What is the noise in here like right now when you get really still? Yes, it gets very quiet. Now we have still bodies and quiet bodies. That's what I call our mindful bodies. Now, let's close our eyes and sit just like that for 1 minute. Okay, you did a great job at your first practice of a mindful body. Thumbs up if it was easy, thumbs to the side if it was hard. Okay, well, we won't have to sit this still and quiet all the time, but often I'll remind you to get your mindful bodies on, and then that's what you'll do. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we can learn to be mindful of. Today we're going to practice being mindful of sound. I brought something that can help with that. Okay. In class we use this when it's time to stop and listen, right? We're going to also use it for mindfulness. So, get your mindful bodies ready. And just listen to the bell this time. Okay, great job. Let's listen to it again, but this time, get your mindful ears on. This means you listen very carefully the whole time until you can't hear the bell anymore. See if you can pay attention from the very first moment you hear the bell all the way until the end. Then, raise your hand when the sound is gone. Ready? All right, wow. Well, since you're so good at this, let's try it one more time with your eyes closed. Okay, let your eyes close and listen just like you did before to the entire sound and raise your hand when the sound is gone for you. Okay. Now, we can also listen carefully to any sound. There are lots of sounds around you all the time. If you listen very carefully, you might hear sounds that you don't normally hear. Let's keep our mindful bodies on with our eyes closed and listen to the sounds around us. You might hear sounds in the classroom, or outside on the yard, or even in your own body. We're going to listen for about a minute. Okay, raise your hand if you would like to share some of the sounds you noticed. All right, so you have just learned how to pay attention better. In mindfulness, we learn how to focus and pay close attention to many things. Thumbs up if you think it's important to be able to focus. And when else could you use mindful listening? Raise your hand. So now that you've learned mindful listening, see if you can remember to listen to sounds between now and next Wednesday when we have our next mindfulness lesson. You might stop and listen while you're on the playground or just in the classroom or at home. Okay, and next Wednesday you can tell me what you've heard.